Take a moment and think about the last 3 people you had a deep conversation with. Did they leave you feeling more capable of serving others? Or did they leave you feeling more fearful and cynical? Your soul is like a sponge, and you are currently soaking up the destiny of the people closest to you. We like to believe that we are the sole captains of our souls, that our willpower is strong enough to withstand any influence. But the reality is that we are products of our social soil. If you plant a high-quality seed in toxic, nutrient-depleted ground, it doesn't matter how much potential that seed has. It will struggle just to survive, let alone bear fruit. Your environment is the water, the light, and the nutrients for your character. If your environment is filled with gossip, small-mindedness, and a lack of responsibility, your growth will be stunted before you even take your first step. This influence is often so quiet that we don't even realize it's happening. It's called psychological osmosis. You begin to use the same vocabulary as your peers. You start to adopt their financial habits, their work ethic, and their level of integrity. Eventually, you begin to see the world through their eyes. If the people around you believe that success is only for the lucky or the dishonest, you will eventually stop looking for the opportunities that require hard work and faith. Your environment doesn't just change what you do, it changes what you believe is possible. But this isn't just about the people you talk to. It's about the digital atmosphere you inhabit. Every video you watch, every article you read, and every influencer you follow is a guest you have invited into your mind. If you are constantly consuming content that feeds your ego, your anger, or your greed, you are polluting the very place where your purpose is supposed to grow. You cannot build a life of service and wisdom on a foundation of distraction and envy about to change your trajectory. You must understand the principle of the counsel of collective wisdom. This is the realization that no one reaches their full potential in isolation. We were designed for community, but we were also warned to be wise about our associations. A counsel of collective wisdom is not about finding people who will help you get rich. It is about finding a small group of people who share your commitment to character, discipline, and service. When 2 or more people come together in a spirit of total honesty and mutual support, their combined intelligence creates a third mind that is far greater than the sum of its parts. This kind of association is a form of stewardship. It is the humble recognition that you don't have all the answers, and that you need the iron sharpens iron effect of wise peers. This isn't about pride or wanting to be part of an elite group. It is about the responsibility to be at your best, so that you can be of the most use to the world. If you are surrounded by people who hold you to a high standard of truth and diligence, you will find that success, in the sense of growth and impact, becomes a natural byproduct of your daily life. So, how do you improve your environment without becoming arrogant or abandoning your responsibilities to those you love? It begins with selective input. You may not be able to quit your job or move to a new city today, but you have absolute control over what you listen to on your commute and what you read before bed. Start by curating your mental diet. Replace the noise of cynicism with the voices of those who have walked the path of wisdom and integrity. This is the easiest and most immediate way to begin changing the soil of your mind. Next, you must practice gracious boundary setting. There is a common misconception that to be a person of faith and love, you must be a doormat for everyone's negativity. This is not true. You can love someone deeply without allowing their chaos to dictate your peace. You can be a servant to others without becoming a prisoner to their bad habits. It is possible to be kind, patient, and helpful while also being intentional about how much time you spend in environments that drain your spirit. Third, you must actively seek out mentorship. Humility is the key here. Look for people who are 10 or 20 years further along the path of character and service than you are. Don't ask them how to make money. Ask them how they stayed faithful through trials. Ask them how they maintained their integrity in a world that encourages shortcuts. Often, these people are looking for someone to invest in, someone who is humble enough to listen and disciplined enough to act. Finally, you must realize that you are also an environment for others. This is your greatest responsibility. Are you the kind of person who makes it easier for others to be honest, hardworking, and hopeful? Or are you a source of discouragement and distraction? When you focus on being a light in the room, you naturally attract other people who are seeking the truth. By improving your own character, you will eventually find that your social environment begins to shift on its own. The weeds will feel uncomfortable in your presence, and the fruitful seeds will be drawn to you. Success is not a destination you reach by trampling over others. It is a result of cultivating a life of order, wisdom, and right relationships. It is the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have used your time to build up rather than tear down. This starts with the quiet, daily decision to be careful about what and who you allow to influence your heart. Your destiny is being written in the quiet conversations you have today and the thoughts you entertain tonight. You have the freedom to choose your company. You have the responsibility to guard your mind. And you have the calling to be a person of such integrity that you become a counsel of wisdom for those who are still lost in the fog dot as you finish this day. I want you to do a social and mental audit. Look at the 5 primary sources of influence in your life, whether they are people, media, or habits. Ask yourself, is this influence helping me become the person I am called to be, or is it making me smaller? Don't react with judgment or anger. Just react with honesty. Identify one input that needs to be reduced and one wise association that needs to be nurtured. Make one small change today. Reach out to someone you respect. Turn off a source of noise. Start reclaiming the soil of your life. And watch how quickly your potential begins to bloom. Would you like me to help you create a specific environmental audit checklist to help you evaluate your daily influences with more clarity and objectivity? But seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added to you. Matthew 6:33. May the Lord bless you and guide you in every good work.